Alrighty, guys, welcome back. This is your host, ID Jester. We're in the 2006-2007 NHL playoffs here. We're doing the Anaheim Ducks, and we have a 1-0 lead in our series against Minnesota. You can see, if you didn't watch the first episode, the outcome. Buffalo leads the Islanders 1-0. Ottawa beating Pittsburgh 1-0. Tampa Bay up 1-0 against New Jersey. The Rangers up 1-0 against Atlanta. Detroit 1-0 against Calgary in double overtime. San Jose up against Nashville 1-0, and Vancouver is ahead of Dallas 1-0. We're going to go ahead and play game number 2 here, playoffs. Go to the bracket here. Let's see here. We need date 13. This is for game from April 13th. 2007, and we are going to play it. And computer for Minnesota. Anaheim will be human. Everything else will be same as before. And there is our lineup. And Giguère against Fernandez once again. Both teams start with their number 1 line and number 1 defensive pairs out there. Unfortunately for us, if you missed our first episode, if we go to our roster here, you will notice that we have several injuries here, notably to Scott Niedermayer and Chris Pronger, who won't be back until late April, so we have to get through this first round against Minnesota, hopefully in good shape. Well, we're going to get things underway here for game number 2. Try and get these games done in about half hour, 45 minutes, hopefully. So, face-off, drops the puck, and Anaheim wins it, and McDonald gets control. Schultz knocks him off the puck. Kovu brings it in, Dimitri from the high slot, and Giguère will hold on for a face-off. Face-off goes to Anaheim. Penner gets it and passes to Perry. Perry to Getzlav. Getzlav sees Penner in the mid. Penner with the shot. Oh, just wide of the net and over. Off the boards, and Minnesota gets control. Bouchard wins the race to the puck. Plays it to Foster, who gets a shot just wide of the net. Anaheim gets possession. Getzlav to Perry. Perry to O'Donnell. O'Donnell fires. Fernandez will hold on. 18:03 to go in the first period. McDonald, Solani, and Kunitz out for Anaheim. Back to Solani, to McDonald. Schultz hits him into the boards. Minnesota takes it. Dimitri takes it over the line to Kovu. Kovu passes to Johansson. Johansson shoots it wide. Anaheim gets possession of it. And they'll bring it back in. Jackman at the point. Passes to Rome. Rome gets it taken away by Kovu. Kovu gets it to Walsh. Walsh to Parrish. Parrish with a shot from the point. Giguère in position gets a hold of that one. And quickly, Minnesota has 2 shots and goals. 16:52 to go in the first. Face-off won by Minnesota. Velnev with a low percentage shot. Giguère will make an easy stop there. We got some pushing after the whistle once again here. Minnesota wins the face-off again. Bouchard will fire it. Blocked by Hoskins in front. Rome gets possession. Taken away by Minnesota. Back to White. White along the boards. Gets it to Burns. Burns with a shot. Giguère once again with the easy save. This one goes in the corner. McDonald goes off sides. 15:34 to go in the first period. Minnesota gets the possession of it. Clears it all the way down. Not far enough icing. Anaheim brings it back in. Rob Niedermayer over the line. DiPetra has possession. Over to Falson. Falson sees Niedermayer in the mid. Niedermayer with the shot. Fernandez with the save. No one in front blocking it. 14:46 to go in the first period. Tough face-off there. Anaheim finally wins it over to Chris Kunitz. Kunitz gets possession. He can penetrate. He's going to try. Kunitz breaks in around Foster and turns it. Oh, just wide of the net. Minnesota, Bouchard, Kunitz, delayed penalty call. Foster with the shot. And the rebound. Kunitz is going 2 minutes in the box. For checking from behind. We're going to try and clear. 14:06 to go in the first period. Anaheim wins it, sends it all the way down. Get that time off the clock. Carney tries to get around. He's got a great opportunity. Comes in on Jaguar. Backhand, forehand, blocked by Jaguar. Sweeps it over to DiPetra. DiPetra tries to clear it all the way down. It goes into the Minnesota defensive zone. Kovu brings it into White. White slides it over to Parrish. Parrish with the shot. Jaguar save. White rebound. White from the point. O'Donnell blocks that one in front. Parrish gets control of it. Tries to wrap around. Jaguar with the paddle of the stick. Knocks it out. White once again. Jaguar stick save. Rebound. White gets it again. Tries another wraparound. Jaguar hits that one off with the glove. And White fires it. It's all Minnesota here. 12:42 to go in the first period. Burns gets it to Sokolov. Sokolov with the slap shot. Jaguar holding on. And as the Anaheim Ducks skate to the bench, the coach is not happy with their effort there. 28 seconds left in the penalty to Kunitz. Getzlaf wins the faceoff. Jackman gets possession, but Villeneuve sends him into the boards. Anaheim, Johansson gets the puck, moves it to Waltz. Villeneuve shoots. Jaguar once again with the paddle of his stick. And another wraparound attempt. Jaguar gets that one. Waltz over to Foster. Villeneuve with the puck. Villeneuve with the wraparound. And Jaguar's equal to the task once again. Rebound goes to Foster. Knocked off the puck by Kunitz. Finally, Anaheim gets possession here. 11:53 to go in the first period. Rome brings it over to Getzlaf. Getzlaf knocked off by Villeneuve. And Minnesota having a very strong first period here. First 10 minutes of this period. We have a TV timeout. 11:18 to go here in the first period. No score. 13 shots by Minnesota, only 2 by Anaheim in the first 10 minutes of this game. Whew. Minnesota wins the face again. Dimitri Hall with possession. He gets knocked off by Rome. Rome has possession. Brings it over to Getzlaf. Getzlaf to Perry. Perry has control. Perry sees Penner in the midsection. Penner with the slap shot. And it's in! It gets there. Just under the crossbar there. And that will be the first of the season of the playoffs for Penner. Assist is by Corey Perry, and no, even though Anaheim only has 3 shots in goal, they do lead 1-0 as Jean-Sebastien Jaguar once again closing the door on the Minnesota Wild. Hey, there's AJ. What's going on? Thank you for showing some hockey gloves, says AJ. No problem, man. Thanks for stopping in. I do appreciate it, man. We got 2006-2007 Anaheim Ducks replay going on here. It's 1-0 Anaheim. And this is game number 2. Anaheim won the first game 5-2. So hopefully we'll continue going on with Anaheim here. So 10:16 to go in the first period. Looks like a tough face-off here. They battle for it. Minnesota finally gets it. And Anaheim steals the puck away. Solani brings it to Kunitz. Kunitz to McDonald. McDonald shoots it through traffic. Blocked by Foster in front. Minnesota gets possession of the puck. Parrish brings it in, but he's knocked off the puck by Kunitz. Anaheim gets control of it. McDonald to Solani. Solani rips a one-timer. Oh, Fernandez with the big save there. We got a offensive zone face-off for Anaheim. 8:54 to go in the first period. Anaheim wins possession. Falson to Rome. Rome passes to Jackman. Jackman gathers the punt. Puck, he sees Niedermeyer in the mid. Niedermeyer, and it's blocked by Bouchard in front. Johansson gets possession. He's hit off by Rob Niedermeyer. It's a 2-on-1 rush. Anaheim, here they come. Anaheim, here they come. Jackman comes in on Fernandez. Backhander. Fernandez with the big save. And that's going to be a timeout. 7:50 to go in the first period. 1-0 Anaheim. Gets Perry and Penner on the ice for Anaheim. Puck dropped, and it's a tough face-off. Anaheim wins it. Bushaman with a hard slap shot. Fernandez, he'll hold on to that one. 7:31 to go in the first period. And Anaheim wins possession again. Perry with the shot, and Fernandez gets a glove on that one. So we got some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Little face rub there. 7:10 to go. Minnesota wins possession, and they bring it back in, and Anaheim gets it in the neutral zone. Brent brings it over to Peros. Peros sends it back to Brent. Pass to Marchand. Marchand with a shot. Fernandez off his left pad in the corner. Minnesota gets possession, brings it in. Kovu to Foster. Foster to Kovu. He's knocked off by Marchand. Anaheim gets possession. 6:09 to go in the first period. Moore takes it away. Minnesota brings it back in. Knocked off by Getzlav. Anaheim has control. Getzlav brings it in. Both teams change players. McDonald takes it over the line. McDonald with the shot. Kunitz in front. Fernandez gets that one. TV timeout. 5:10 to go in the first period. 1-0 Anaheim. Anaheim wins the offensive zone faceoff. Perry has control. He sees Penner on the inside. Tries to pass, but it's hit off by Johansson. Minnesota brings it back in. Bouchon skates up the ice. Gagne leaves it behind the net. Perry gets it to Getzlav. Getzlav passes it back to Penner. Penner brings it in. He sees Rome on the outside. Rome, he's hit off the puck by Penner. And bringing it back in, and we got another penalty on Anaheim. McDonald this time, 2 minutes for interference. We got 3:35 to go in the first period. Anaheim wins control of it. Anaheim clears it all the way down the ice. Minnesota brings it back in. Carney, and Carney's hit off by Falson. Falson is going to try to clear the puck. Hit off by Carney. Kovu brings it back in. He's going to take a shot from the high slot. And that's another big save by Zaguer. There is 2:43 to go in the first period. Shots on goal, 14 by Minnesota. They haven't had a shot in the last 8 minutes. Anaheim with 9 shots. Oops, I did not mean to go aggressive there. The shot brings it over the line. He's hit off by Noen. Minnesota brings it back in. Redvik bangs it in. He's got it open, and he backhands it past Jaguar. And that was bad play by me, as I should not have gone aggressive there, trying to send our forwards up the zone, and that left the backside wide open. And Redvik sees the opening, cuts in between the defenders, backhand, top shelf, tie ball game, 1 apiece. 2:31 to go in the first period, and the penalty will be over. Refs drop the puck. Anaheim brings it back in. It's 1-1. Solani has the puck, passes over to McDonald, delivers it to Jackman. Jackman sees Kunitz, tries for the screenshot. Fernandez, he's equal to the task. He holds on to it. It is 2:04 to go in the first period. Tie 1-1. Niedermeyer, Falson, and Moen out on the ice for Anaheim. Anaheim wins the offensive zone. Moen gets a shot off from the point, just wide of the net. Minnesota gets control, but Bushaman knocks him off the puck. In the neutral zone, they bring it back in. Falson to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer to Falson. Passes it back to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer with a shot. Fernandez makes the easy save, and he'll cover up. 1:09 to go in the first period. Solani, McDonald, Kunitz back to Rome. Solani has control. He sees McDonald on the inside. He passes it to him. Oh, chip shot, and it's going to be held by Fernandez. 12 shots by Anaheim here. 41 seconds to go in the first period. And that's drawn back to Jackman at the point. Jackman to Getzlav. Getzlav sees an opening, and he's going to take a shot. Fernandez with the big save. 10 seconds to go in the first period. Puck is dropped. Anaheim wins it, but cannot get a shot off before the first period ends. Minnesota has 15 shots. Anaheim 13 scoring chances. Minnesota 3. Anaheim 8. Minnesota has 2 block shots. Anaheim 4. Power play 1 for 2 for Minnesota. No power plays for Anaheim in the first period. We start the second period as we did the first, tied up 1-1. Gonna get me. Let's go wild, says AJ. Give me a drink here. It's 1-1 on a bad play by myself. I blame me for that goal, but we're going to try aggressive here with Solani, McDonald, and Kunitz. And ref drops the puck. McDonald brings it in offsides. We're going to do it all over again. And once again, Anaheim wins the puck, brings it in. Haskins passes it over to Perry. Perry to Penner. Penner with the shot. Fernandez off his left pad in the corner. Rebound. Minnesota gets it. Schultz brings it in with the slap shot. Way wide to the left. Anaheim gets control. And we're going to go safe for a second here. Back to the neutral zone. Bouchard brings it in. Anaheim recovers it behind the net. And we're going to go safe. Clears it back out to the neutral zone. Delayed penalty on Falson. Even though we were playing it as safe, we still got the penalty called. That is going to be 2 minutes for Falson for holding. Once again, Minnesota on the power play. 17:46 to go in the second period. We're going clear action here. This one's in the corner, and Anaheim clears it all the way down. Minnesota brings it back in. Bouchard gains control and takes a shot. Jaguar off his right pad, knocks it in the corner. Knocked to DiPietra. Carney gets control of it. Hard hit by Moen. Moen sends it all the way down the ice. 16:55 to go in the second period. Rejovic, the goal scorer, brings it back in, but he's hit off the puck by Boschevin. Boschevin gets it and sends it down the ice. 16:19 to go in the second period. White brings it back into Parrish. Parrish to Kovu. Kovu passes to Johnson. One-timer. Rome blocks it in front. White gets it back. Parrish gets it and is bumped off by Jackman. Anaheim gets control. Falson is back on the ice. And Brett brings it over to Falson. Falson to Kunitz. Kunitz with the tough shot. Fernandez off his right pad into the corner. And Minnesota clears it all the way down. That will be icing. Corey Perry, Getzlav, and Penner on the ice going aggressive. And Minnesota wins the faceoff. Foster under pressure. Perry sends him in the boards. Anaheim gets possession of it. Getzlav sees Penner on the outside. He's hit off by Minnesota, who gets possession of it and sends it all the way down. Both teams put new skaters on the ice. Getzlav just got leveled. The ref says no penalty. Anaheim brings it back in. Perry over to Getzlav to O'Donnell. Hit off by Schultz. Minnesota brings it in. They got an on-man rush. And they're bringing it in. Kovu back to Hall. Hall at the one-timer, but it's knocked away at the last second by Penner. Penner gets possession of it. Penner back to Brett. Brett to Marchant. Marchant gives it over to Rome. Rome tries to find an opening. Finds a pass. He finds Marchant in the slot. Marchant tries to slide in. He gets by one defender and through the second and gets a nice quality shot on Fernandez, but Fernandez is equal to the task. Stays 1-1, 13:10 to go in the second period. Perry gets Evan Penner on the ice, going aggressive. The faceoff is won, and Haskins is knocked over. Moore runs him over. Minnesota gets possession, brings it down. White has control over to Palsson. Passes it back to White. Haskins knocks White off. Anaheim gets possession, and they send it down the ice. That'll be icing on Anaheim. 12:05 to go in the second period. Still tied 1-1. Off defensive zone win, and Anaheim brings it back in, but it's stolen by Minnesota. Dimitri recovers it, passes it to Foster. Foster gets a shot. Jaguar is equal to the task and freezes the puck. 11:30 to go in the second period. Minnesota wins an offensive zone faceoff, sends it over to Hall. Hall with a quick shot from the wide angle. Jaguar in good position. 11:08 to go. That one almost went in off the faceoff, and there's a giveaway by Anaheim. Minnesota brings it back in. Waltz with the shot. It's tipped by Valnev in front of the net, just wide into the corner. Anaheim gets possession of it. They send it out, but Brett lost control. Johansson brings it back in, but it's not icing. Anaheim gets possession of it in their defensive zone. McDonald delivers over the line to Solani. Solani to McDonald. McDonald delivers it to DiPietra, trying to make a play. DiPietra finds an opening, takes a shot just wide of the post. Minnesota gets possession of it. 9:28 to go in the second period. Foster passes it to Hall. Hall to Dimitri. Dimitri in the high slot. He's going to take a shot. That's just wide of the off target. Anaheim gets it behind their net. They bring it back out into the neutral zone, and Minnesota steals it away. Bouchard sends it to Burns. Burns winds up with a wicked slap shot, but it's wide off the glass. Anaheim gets possession of it. DiPietro brings it in. Falson to Moen. Back to Jackman. Jackman looking for an opening. He finds Moen in the midsection. But Moen's knocked off the puck by White. Minnesota gains control. Both teams change lines. 7:39 to go in the second period. Anaheim brings it back in. Falson sends it in deep. Fernandez plays it for one of the defenders. Minnesota brings it in off sides, and we have some pushing and shoving here in the corner as we have roughing calls on Smith and Perry, 2 minutes each. That's going to send out one of Anaheim's main scorers, Corey Perry, to Minnesota. Likes to see that. 7:06 to go in the second period, 1-1. Still 5 skaters aside. And Anaheim wins the defensive zone, brings it across the line. Getzlav has control of it. Sees Penner on the outside. Penner with the long shot. It's blocked by Foster in front. Minnesota gains possession. Velnev brings it over across the line. Passes it to Parrish. Parrish will get the shot. Shagir knocks it over to Haskins. Haskins gets possession of it. He brings it up slowly across the boards, but loses control of it. It's poked away. Minnesota gets it. Waltz to Schultz. Schultz is knocked off. Big hit by Boschman. Anaheim gets possession of it. 5:37 to go in the second period. And bringing it over the line, Getzlav. We have a fight. It's Bogard and Peros. And they're winding up. And they got a hold of one another. And they're throwing some haymakers. The refs finally separated. We got 5-minute penalties. Bogard and Peros still pushing and shoving going on the ice here. As Peros and Bogarts are upset with one another. They're going to be spending 5 minutes in the box. We got us a 5-minute fighting major. Peros and Bogarts. 5:21 to go in the second period. A lot of bad blood between these two teams. Anaheim wins the offensive faceoff. Getzlav gets it back to the point to Brett. Brett over to Hoskins to Rome. Rome gets a one-timer. Shot just wide. Minnesota gets control of it. They bring it across the line. Bouchard to Foster. Foster's lining up a shot, but Falson knocks it away. Nelson in the corner to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer slides it over to Moen to Rob Niedermeyer. Sends it to DiPietro. DiPietro with the slap shot. Niedermeyer in front. Tried for the tip just wide. Fernandez grabs it. We have a TV timeout. 4:14 to go in the second period. Action-filled second period there. And tough face-off. Minnesota gets that one. White has control. Brings it in, but he's knocked off the puck by Haskins. Anaheim gets control in their defensive zone, brings it across the line. Penner to Getzlav, back to Perry. Perry looking for the pass. It's played over to Getzlav. Getzlav sees Penner on the outside, but he's hit off the puck by Moore. Minnesota steals possession. Kovu takes it over the line to Dimitri. Kovu looking for a pass, and he's hit off by O'Donnell. Anaheim brings it back in, passes it to McDonald. McDonald to Boschman. Boschman with the shot. Fernandez off his right pad into the corner. Minnesota gets possession of it. Brings it back across the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Hall to Dimitri to Foster. Foster gets a slap shot from the point. It's way wide. Anaheim gets possession of it. 1:43 to go in the second period. Score tied at 1. We got a Waltz here has it, and he's going to try to bring it in. And Jigger with the big stop there, and he'll freeze the puck with exactly 1 minute to go in the second period. Peros and Bogart still 39 seconds left in their penalties for fighting. Anaheim 1, Minnesota 1. 1-0 lead for Anaheim. And a defensive zone face-off win. Brett brings it over the line to Jackman. Jackman drop pass to Marchand. Marchand slides it over to Solani. Solani with the shot. Fernandez with the glove save. He'll hold on. 43 seconds left to go in the second period. Getzlav, Perry, and Penner out for Anaheim. Velnov brings it in. Offsides. 24 seconds to go here in the second period. And we have a face-off, Felson, and they just cleared into the zone, and that'll do it for the second period. Shots on goal, Minnesota 5, Anaheim 6. Scoring chances, Not many in the period. 0 for Minnesota, 1 for Anaheim. Block shots again, only 1 apiece. And Minnesota was 0 for 1 on the power play. We go to the third period, tied up 1-1. 20 minutes left in this one. We could be headed for extras if no one puts it in the net. That sounded kind of weird, but okay. Total shots, Minnesota 20, Anaheim 19. Anaheim is not playing their best game today. Hopefully they had a little talking to in the intermission period there. Since I got a little intermission time, gives me a chance to get a drink. Here we go. Alrighty. Slotty, McDonald, and Kunitz, and Anaheim's going to be aggressive here. And Anaheim wins the faceoff. McDonald brings it in, but we have penalties called once again. We have Schultz and Solani off 2 minutes each for roughing. And once again, Minnesota with a little snide smile as they like to see one of their main scorers for Anaheim in the penalty box. Teemu Solani, 2 minutes for roughing, and all they lost in return is Schultz. Face-off in the Minnesota zone. Getzlav wins it. Haskins has control of it. He's looking. He sees Getzlav in the mid. He slides it over to him. Getzlav with the shot. Kovu with the block in front of the net. Foster has control of it. Back to Dimitri. Dimitri's knocked off the puck by Getzlav. Rome gets possession of it. He sees Penner in the middle. Slides it over to him. Shot off the Fenner, and that one goes high into the seats for a face-off. 18:44 to go in the third period. Still tied at 1. And offensive zone face-off. Once again, McDonald wins it. Back to Kunitz. Kunitz has the puck. He sees Peros in the slot. Slot shot, and Fernandez slides across, making the save. He'll freeze that one. 18:16 to go in the third period. Once again, offensive zone face-off. Rob Niedermayer gets possession. He's going to try for Falson in the inside. Falson with the shot. Oh, Fernandez. Rebound. Jackman with the puck. Moen in the midsection. Shot just wide. And Minnesota clears it back into the neutral zone. Anaheim gets possession, brings it back in. Rob Niedermayer to Falson to Moen. Moen with the shot. Fernandez with the glove. And we got us a tie ball game. 17-17 to go in the third. This one's over in the corner. Radovic brings it in offside. 16:56 to go in the third period. Getzlav wins the faceoff. Anaheim gets possession. Penner over to Getzlav. Getzlav slides it to Perry. Perry with the wrist shot. Bogarts with the stop. Minnesota gets control. Foster brings it in, and he's pancaked. Big hit there. And Penner sends Anaheim away on a 3-on-2 rush. Penner over to Getzlav. Back to Perry. Perry to Penner. Penner comes in, and Fernandez with the blocker save, and he'll hold on to that. 16:10 to go. Anaheim, the crowd was on their feet with a 3-on-2 rush, but they couldn't put that one in the back of the net. Slotty, McDonald, and Kunitz on the ice. Face-off won by Minnesota, and they give it away. Anaheim has it. They're bringing it back in. Solani over to McDonald. Back to Solani. Solani with the shot. Oh, just over the crossbar. Might have even just nipped it. Minnesota gets possession of it. Back to Kovu. Johansson. Johansson with the wicked slap shot. Oh, tipped by Hall. That one went through the pads of Jaguar into the corner, right through the crease. Whew, that was a close one there for Anaheim. Minnesota brings it back in. Bouchard over to chips it in, gets the puck himself, gets it, brings it back into the slot area with the shot. Jaguar off his right pad into the corner. Anaheim brings it out, and Minnesota brings it back in. Moore recovers it, fires. Jaguar. Woo! 14:32 to go. Shots on goal. Minnesota 22, Anaheim 25. Niedermayer, Falson, and Moen on the ice. Minnesota wins the offensive zone faceoff, but it's hit by Falson. Anaheim gets it on an odd-man rush. Once again, Anaheim bringing it in. Falson and Moen. Moen with over to Falson. He shoots, and Fernandez gets that one in his shoulder and holds on. 14:03 to go. That's two odd man rushes here by Anaheim. We're going to try offensive zone. We're going to be aggressive. Falson wins the faceoff over to Moen. Moen drop pass to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer looking for someone open, but he's hit off the puck by Moore. Minnesota gains possession of it. Minnesota's knocked off by Moen, and Anaheim has it in the neutral zone, trying to bring it back in. Huskins with it at the point. Huskins with the tough angle shot, blocked in front by Burns. Minnesota gets control, 12:53 to go in the third period. Rome just got leveled. No call on a penalty. There has been no penalties on Minnesota at all. Anaheim has it in the neutral zone. They're going to dump it in, and they go after. Fernandez leaves it behind the net. Kovu brings it back in to Hall, over to Dimitri. Dimitri with the shot. It's blocked in front by Peros. Anaheim gets possession. It's chipped off the boards. Brett wins the race to the puck. Jackman gets it. Jackman overskates it. Kovu broke his stick. And Minnesota gets him a new stick. Bogarts brings it across the line. Johansson winds it up. Fires. It's to the left side of the net. And Anaheim gets possession of it. Perry brings it in over the line. We have a TV timeout. 10:53 to go. Still tied at 1-1 here in the third period. 10:53 to go. And it's a neutral zone. Minnesota wins it, but it's hard hit there by Marchant. Anaheim gets possession. Peros over the line to Huskins. Huskins with a heavy one-timer. Fernandez grabs that, and he'll cover up as the rebound was in the crease. 10:17 to go in the third period. Minnesota wins the defensive zone faceoff, brings it into Anaheim's zone. Sokolov with the puck. He's being pressured. Anaheim steals it away. Anaheim brings it in. Corey Perry. Perry with the shot. And that's over the net. I thought that was in, but it's over the net. Minnesota brings it back in. Boschman, and he loses it, and Anaheim gains control of it. 9:05 to go. Rome is knocked off the puck by Bogarts. Minnesota has it in the neutral zone. They're going to flip it back in. Jaguar plays it behind the net to Moen. Moen brings it back out. Gives it to Niedermeyer, but he's over the line. Offsides. 8:13 to go in the third period. Still tied 1-1. Slotty, McDonald, and Kunitz on the ice against Dimitri Kovu. Kovu wins it, and Kovu brings it in with a slap shot from the high slot. DiPetra with a stop, and that one's going to Anaheim. McDonald brings it in. McDonald looking for someone off the end boards. He's going to take a shot low. Carney with the sliding block, and that's going to bring Jackman in. There's a scramble for the puck in the neutral zone. Anaheim gets possession, brings it back in. McDonald, but he's knocked off the puck by Burns. Minnesota gains possession of it, bringing it in. Brings it into the zone. Bouchard to Johansson. Johansson ready to wind up, but he's hit off the puck by Kunitz. And Kunitz has possession of the puck for Anaheim. Over to Perry. Perry's going to take a shot as he enters the zone. It's a long one, but Fernandez easy glove save. 6:09 to go in the third period. At this point in the game, there's no such thing as a bad shot. 6:09 to go. We got us a tie ball game, 1-1. Moen gets it over to Rome, but he's hit off the puck by Velnev. Velnev brings it in the zone, passes it to Foster. Foster has control, but he's hit by Falson. Anaheim gets possession by Moen, and Travis Moen has a breakaway. Travis Moen, and here he comes in on Fernandez. All alone, backhander, forehander. Fernandez knocks it away into the corner, stick save. Another golden opportunity for Anaheim, blown. Waltz brings it in, sends it in deep. Jaguar leaves it behind the net, picking it up in Boschman. Boschman over to O'Donnell, over to Niedermeyer. He chip pass over and is stolen by Minnesota. 4:49 to go. Big hit there by Corey Perry. Drives him into the wall. Anaheim gets possession of it. Corey Perry brings it across the line. He sees Getzlav on the outside. Getzlav with the shot. Just wide of the post. No save there. Minnesota gets possession in their defensive zone. 4:03 to go in the third period. Once again, Minnesota chips it into the zone. Jaguar leaves it behind the net for O'Donnell. O'Donnell brings it across the line, but he's hit by Smith. Minnesota gets control. They bring it in, trying to get across their defender, Bogarts, but he's not going anywhere. Marchant knocks him off the puck. Bogarts with the shot, but easy save there for Gier. 2:53 to go in the third period, still tied at 1 apiece. TV timeout as both teams talk strategy here. Kunitz, McDonald, Solani, Bouchard, White, Moore. Anaheim, and tough face-off here. Minnesota wins it. Bouchard has it. Bouchard with the shot. Wide angle. Jaguar freezes it. And we're going to bring out the third line here. So we're going to play safe. Marchand slides it to Brett. Brett with the shot from Waltz with the big block in front. And Schultz brings it to Velnev. Velnev to Schultz. Schultz with the wrist shot. And that's going to be blocked in front by Rome. 2:07 to go. And Peros brings it in all sides. Niedermeyer, Felsen, and Moen. We're going to play safe here. Niedermeyer to Felsen. Moen brings it over the line. Offsides, 1:57 to go. Perry gets that and Penner. Kovu wins the faceoff. Kovu sumps it in the corner over to Hall. Hall to Johansson. Johansson with the slap shot. Shakir with the save. Freezes it. 1:33 to go. And we're probably going into right at this point. Next team to score is going to win this with only 1:33 to go. Gets that Perry and Penner still out on the ice. Face-off. Anaheim wins the all-important face-off. Flips it out of the zone. White gets the puck, chips it ahead to Moore. Moore races it to Sokolov. Racing for the puck. Moore wins the battle. White has control over to Foster. Foster has it, and he's hit off the puck by Getzlav. 50 seconds to go. Anaheim has control. Fresh legs. McDonald skates out, and they're going to bring it into the offensive zone. Kunitz, Andy McDonald. He's got a 3 outside, 7 inside. Andy McDonald's going to try and penetrate. And he's hit off the puck by Hall. Good defensive play. And Chris Johnson could try to make a penetration, but he's the puck is knocked away by Rome with just 9 seconds left. Both had a golden opportunity there as the last 50 seconds, both teams had a player that could have made the difference of the game there. Third period stats. Minnesota 5 shots, Anaheim 10. Scoring chances, Minnesota 0, Anaheim 3. Minnesota with 5 big blocks, Anaheim 3. No power plays in the third period. We're going into overtime. Next goal wins it. And we'll keep playing until someone scores, whether it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overtimes. Wow. Hold on to your hats, as every shot now is ultra important. Let's check our coach here. We are going to try this. I should have done this earlier. Yeah, all right, so we're going to make some adjustments there, see if that makes any difference here. Slani, McDonald, and Kunitz against Kovu, Dimitri, and Hall. Ref drops the puck. Anaheim wins faceoff, passes it to Kunitz. Kunitz is under pressure, softly dumps it in the corner. Kunitz recovers the puck. Slani gives it to McDonald. Pass over to Rome. Rome with the slap shot. Fernandez with the save. First save of overtime goes to Minnesota. Solani, McDonald, Kunitz stay on the ice. Minnesota wins the faceoff, but they're hit off by Rome. Rome gets possession in the neutral zone, skating it back in, but Minnesota steals it back in the neutral zone, knocked off the puck by Rome. Anaheim gets possession in the neutral zone. Both teams playing very defensively here in the overtime period. Getzlav to Perry. Perry gains his own, moves it to Getzlav. Boschman has it at the point. He's looking for someone to pass it to. He passes it to Dustin Penner. Dustin Penner trying to penetrate around Foster. And Sokov takes it, stick checks it away in the corner. Foster brings it in. Foster takes a shot from the point. It's blocked in front by O'Donnell. And it's cleared back out to these neutral zone. Minnesota brings it back in, but they give up possession. We're going to play balance. Jackman brings it in. Rob Niedermeyer over to Jackman. Jackman shoots. Jackman with the slap shot. Oh, just wide of the far post. It's in the corner. Burns gives it away, and Parrish misplayed it. Anaheim has it in the neutral zone. They dump it into their offensive zone. Racing after it is Rob Niedermeyer, but he loses control of it to Velnev. Parrish recovers the puck over to Carney. Carney to Velnev. Steers it back to the point. Burns winds up. Heavy slap shot. Jaguar. He'll glove that one and hold on 15-50 in overtime. Of the first overtime. Overtime. I have to be at work Tuesday morning, says AJ. Well, we're hoping that someone will put it in the net here. We'll see. I'm hoping, of course, Anaheim does it. 15:50 to go in overtime. White and Anaheim wins the defensive zone. He circles around the net. McDonald brings it in, and Annie's going to take a high shot from the point. Schultz with the block in front. Loose puck. Minnesota gets control and clears it back out to the neutral zone. Anaheim dumps it back in. Solani races for it, but that gives up possession. Minnesota brings it in. Redovec gives it to Sokolov. Back to Bogarts. Bogarts slides it over to Foster. Foster with the point shot. And it's blocked in front by DiPetra. Anaheim gets possession. And Barros, Brent is possession. Gets it to Peros. Behind the Anaheim goal, Peros takes it over the line, plays it to DiPetra. DiPetra passes it to Jackman. Jackman passes it back to Brett. Looks for a play. Brett takes a shot from the point. It's way wide into the corner. Sokolov gets it, but Anaheim gets possession of it. And they're going to dump it back in. Brett recovers it deep in the offensive zone. Peros sends it back to DiPetra at the point. Over to Marchand. Marchand gives it to Brett. DiPetra to Jackman. Jackman looking for an opening. And he's body checked off it by Foster. Smith got leveled, but it's a clean play. Redovic brings it over the line. Passes the puck to Smith. Smith shoots from the low. Jaguar, he'll cover up there as the puck drops between the pads. And Jaguar covers up 13:32 to go in overtime. And we have Solani, McDonald, and Kunitz on the ice. We're going to go aggressive. Puck is dropped. Minnesota wins the offensive zone faceoff. Dimitri from this high slot. It's blocked in front by Solani, and Anaheim gets possession of it. Both teams send out new lines. Solani takes it over the line, gets it to McDonald. McDonald gives it to Kunitz. Kunitz with the shot from the point. That's going to be way wide as it goes off a skate into the corner. Loose puck, and Minnesota gains control of it. 12:53 to go in overtime. White comes away with the puck and brings it back into their offensive zone, but Schultz sticks it away in the corner to O'Donnell, and both teams change players. Short shifts. Minnesota gets it back in the neutral zone. 12:15 to go in overtime. And they give up possession in the offensive zone as Huskins has it. Huskins, both teams change lines once again. Huskins dumps it in deep. Peros goes in racing after it. He beats the defenders to the puck. He sees Brett in the mid. He sends it back to Brett. Brett with the slap shot. Fernandez with a save, and he'll freeze the puck. 11:27 to go. Shots on goal, Anaheim 31, Minnesota 27, but each team only able to penetrate the goalie one time. 11:27 to go in the first overtime period. Getzlav, Perry, and Penner on the ice. And they win the offensive zone faceoff. Busevin passes it to Perry. Perry to Getzlav. Wrist shot. Penner in front. Tries to tip. It went off his stick, but right into the stomach of Fernandez, who covers it up. 11:05 to go in the first period. Perry, Getzlav, and Penner stay out there. Once again, wins the offensive zone faceoff, but Schultz hits him off the puck. Minnesota gets control of the puck. 10:49 to go in the first period. Waltz gets it over to Paris. Waltz tries to get around Perry. He's coming in with the backhander on Jaguar. Jaguar off his right pad into the corner over to Getzlav, who passes it back to Jackman. Jackman sends it across to Kunitz. Kunitz speeding up the right wing. He's in trouble. He's looking for help. Fernandez, he just slides it behind the boards. Fernandez leaves it behind the boards to Burns. Burns passes it over to Foster to Kovev, who's hit in the boards by Rome. Anaheim gets control in the neutral zone. They're going to dump it back in. Jackman dumps it in the corner. Minnesota recovers it. Redovec with possession of it, knocked off the puck by Boscheman. Anaheim has possession in the neutral zone. Once again, dumping it in. Rob Niedermeyer fires it around the boards. Fernandez will play it for their defenders. Minnesota brings it back in, but offsides is the call by the linesman. 8:18 to go here in the first overtime. Whew. Getzlav, Corey Perry, Penner against Dimitri, Kovu, and Hall. That's a pretty good matchup. I think we're just going to go balanced. Anaheim with the faceoff. Anaheim gets control. Huskins bringing it across. Getzlav, but he's knocked off the puck by Kovu. Minnesota gains possession in the neutral zone. Burns to Parrish. Parrish takes a slap shot from the point. It's way wide to the right. Puck bounces around all the way back to center ice. Minnesota gains possession of it. Parrish takes it over the line. Passes it to Waltz. Waltz to the pass to Johansson. Johansson with the point shot. Oh, just tipped wide by Parrish. It goes in the corner. Sent around to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, and we're going to go aggressive. But they're knocked. Jackman's knocked off the puck by White. Minnesota gets control in the neutral zone. Dimitri passes it over across the line to Kovu. Back to Dimitri. Low percentage shot here, way over in the corner. O'Donnell blocks it out in front for his goalie. Anaheim gets possession of it. Both teams change players, and Marchand brings it across the line. 6:19 to go of the first overtime. Still 1-1. Corey Perry gets that Penner against Bouchard, White, and Moore. Minnesota wins the faceoff and sends it to Bouchard. Bouchard over to Moore. Moore slides into the slot, takes a shot. Shakir, he thought that got between him, but he had it caught in between his left arm and his side. Almost snuck through there. 5:59 to go in overtime. First period of overtime. Oh, good face-off win there by Anaheim. They bring it across into their zone. Penner passes it over to Perry. Hard pass to Rome. Rome at the point. Shot. Getzlav trying to screen Fernandez, but cannot do it. Peros, Marchand, and Brent out for Anaheim. We got a big hit there in center ice by Jackman. Anaheim gets possession of it. They dump it back in. Both teams change players, and Anaheim gets possession in their defensive zone. Villeneuve races up with the puck along the boards. He passes it to the slot to Paris. Paris slides it to Johansson. Back to Johansson with the shot. That's the one's way wide there into the corner. DiPetra gains it for Anaheim. DiPetra brings it over to McDonald, to Solani. Passes it back to McDonald. McDonald's knocked off the puck by Carey. Good stick check there. Minnesota gains control in the neutral zone. Bogarts over to Smith. Smith to Redovec. Redovec with a low percentage shot here. He is the goal scorer for Minnesota. Can he duplicate it? No, he can, as he sends it just over the crossbar. That was off the glass, and DiPietra gets possession of it for Anaheim. And Anaheim sends it across the line. Anaheim gets control of it. Rome, but he's knocked off the puck by Bogarts. Minnesota in possession. Over to Schultz. Back to Redovec. Redovec is knocked into the corner by McDonald. There's a battle for it along the boards, and Anaheim comes away with it. 3:34 to go in the first overtime, and that's icing on Anaheim. We're going to go safe here. Puck is dropped. Anaheim wins the puck. Face-off. Felson wins it and sends it along the boards. It's not icing. Waltz takes it over the line. Passes to Carey. Carey over to Burns. Burns lets it fly. Oh, just over the net and off the glass into the corner. Moen gets possession of it. Moen sends it around the boards to Rob Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer over to Falson. Falson's hit off the puck by Hall. Minnesota gets possession of it. He's tries to bring it back up, but Jackman steals it back from Anaheim, brings it back in, slides it over to Falson. Falson has control of it. Falson's going to try to pass. He finds Jackman, the left defenseman, and he's just going to take a shot from the point. Fernandez, he'll freeze that one. 1:45 to go in the first overtime. Both teams showing a little weariness here. Corey Perry, Getzlav, and Penner versus Bouchard, White, and Foster. Anaheim wins an all-important face-off. Rome gets possession of it. He sees Getzlav on the outside, passes it over to him. Getzlav with the shot. He's in! Getzlav with the second goal! And that, actually, that's going to be deflected in front. We have to check the score on that one. Yes, it looks like that was Penner with the big screen in front. It looks like it went off his blade of his stick, redirected just in front, off the post, under the pad of Fernandez, and scoots into the back of the net. That is Penner's first of, no, that's his second of the game, and that's going to be a game winner. Getzlav with the assist, and Rome gets an assist as well. And Anaheim, what a game. They come back and win this one 2-1 in overtime with no time left on the clock. Let's see, when did that actually go in? Let's check the box score on that. Dustin Penner is your number 1 star. Jean-Sebastien Giguère, your number 2 star. And Redivek for Minnesota is your 3rd star. Let's see. Let's check out that box score on this. I want to know when that was scored. Oh, it's 18:31. Okay, so there was a minute and 30 seconds left in the period or whatever. Minute and 29 seconds left. I guess it just switched to 0 once it went in. But there you go. Holy cow, that was a game there. And the difference between having this series tied at 1-1 and having one team up 2-0 is huge difference. Huge difference. Anaheim really needed to get off to a good lead in the series, and they really wanted to win both games at home, which they did. So the scoring, 9:44 of the first period, you had Penner with his first, assisted by Corey Perry, and then later in the first period, 17:29 on the power play, Redivek, his second of the series, assisted by Bouchard and Dimitri. And then, of course, in the first overtime period, 18:31, even strength, Anaheim, Dustin Penner is second of the game, assisted by Getzlav and Rome. The penalties, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on Anaheim, only 3 on Minnesota. Couple fighting majors here in the second period for Bogarts and Peros. Let's take a look at the let's see, shots on goal. Total shots on goal, Minnesota 29, Anaheim 35. Anaheim won 67% of the faceoffs, had 36-26 in hits. Anaheim had 12 blocks, Minnesota 9 blocks. Missed the net, Minnesota 14, Anaheim 11. Scoring chances, 3 for Minnesota, 14 for Anaheim. Penalty minutes, 15 for Anaheim, only 9 for Minnesota. And Anaheim never had a power play opportunity. All their power plays were just they had players on both sides go out at the same time. Minnesota was 1 for 3. So there you go. AJ says, boo, boo, boo. The Ducks stink. Too bad they won. Thank you, good sir. Good night. Thanks, AJ, for stopping by, my friend. We'll be doing the whole series. So be sure to stop back in to check out that. And now we're going to go ahead and auto play. We're going to actually playoff bracket here. We're going to play the other games as well to find out how their series. Yes, so we're going to just set these up. Computer. And Buffalo 6, the Islanders 2 there. Let's check the box score real quick. See here. See if anything sticks out here. I just wanted to see if anybody got like a hat trick or anything. Doesn't look like it. So Buffalo is going to go up 2-0 on the Islanders. Okay. We'll do Pittsburgh and Ottawa. Set that up for computer as well. And Ottawa 4, Pittsburgh 3. I think that's the same score they had in the first game. And this was all first and second period action there. Nothing happened in the third. They also had a fight. Rutu and Neal had a fight. 8:54 the first period. Not many penalties. Good, tough game there. But Ottawa, it looks like Ottawa is going to take a 2-0 lead in their series as well. Tampa Bay and New Jersey. And Tampa Bay 3-2 over New Jersey. That's a little bit of a surprise. And New Jersey was the number 2 seed, and now New Jersey is down 2-0 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. All the scoring in this one came in the third period. And the game winner was 18:59. Look at that. Someone scored at 19:59. It's 1 second left to cut it to 3-2, but they couldn't obviously score with 1 second left to tie them up. So St. Louis got 2 goals in the game, so that's good for St. Louis. And interesting enough, Tampa Bay surprising New Jersey, the number 2 seed, the Devils, down 2-0. The Rangers and Atlanta. Let's see what happens here. Atlanta wins this one 4-3, and they're going to have a tied series there. Let's see the box score here. Early scoring by Atlanta. The Rangers tried to come back in the third period, just couldn't quite do it. They got a couple goals in the third period, but Atlanta was up 4-1, final 4-3. So that series tied up 1 game apiece. Calgary and Detroit. The number 1 seed Detroit, almost lost their first game, had to go to double overtime, and they had to score with I think it was 50 seconds left in regulation just to go to overtime. So Detroit got lucky getting through that first game. Can Calgary keep it rolling? And nope, Detroit wins 2-0. One in the first and one in the third. Hurdler and Cleary with the games there. So that's 2-0 Detroit. We got San Jose and Nashville. San Jose up 1-0. And San Jose takes a 2-0 lead. Again, they're the 4 and the 5 seeds, but San Jose is the 5 seed. So kind of a little bit of an upset here. Thornton got his first goal of the game. That's interesting. Briere, roughing, goal scored on the delayed penalty call. That's never seen that. That's pretty good to see that's that in the game. But pretty good outcome for San Jose fans as they won 4-1. Nashville outshot them 32-22, but San Jose with the 4-1 victory there. Okay. Of course, Anaheim is ahead of Minnesota 2-0, and now Dallas and Vancouver. And let's set that up to computer versus computer here. And Vancouver wins 2-1. Let's check the box score there. And third period winning goal. Olin, his first assist by Solminsk and Boriska. 4 penalties on Vancouver, none on Dallas. Shots and goal 23 for Dallas, 19 for Vancouver. And there you go. So, okay, there we go. So a lot of games, a lot of series up 2-0. Buffalo's up 2-0. Ottawa's up 2-0. Tampa Bay's up 2-0. Detroit's up 2-0. San Jose's up 2-0. Anaheim's up 2-0. Vancouver's up 2-0. In fact, there's only one series tied at 1 apiece. That is Atlanta and the Rangers. But still, lots to go here in the first round, as we will continue playing the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. See if they can take that all-important 3-0 lead in Minnesota next game. So we'll see about that. So now that I've got everything, all the teams, we can now update our stats here. So it looks like Joe Thornton is winning the scoring. He's got 5 with Hossa. He's got 5. Spezza with 5. Heatley with 4. Goals. Martin Straka for the Rangers, 4 goals. Wow, that's pretty good. Let's see, Anaheim here is Jean-Sebastien Giguère. He's now 4th with a 1.30 ERA. Mike Dunham started for the Islanders in his second game, and he has 0, gave up no goals. But Sebastien Giguère is 4th. Power play rankings, Anaheim is tied for first. Defensively, Anaheim 3rd best. Tampa Bay, look at Tampa Bay, 1 goal against average. That's pretty good. Vancouver 1.5. Anaheim and then Detroit tied. And then offensively, Anaheim 3.5 goals per game. Buffalo 4.5 goals per game. If Buffalo ever they had the defense and they had the goalie at one point, but they never could score. That's Buffalo's number one problem. They can never get enough scoring ever, and it's weird to see that they are actually 4.5 offense. That's good. I think are they the number 1 seed as well? Well, they have, I think they have Hasek. Is Hasek on here? Yeah, no, Detroit. That's right, Detroit's got Hasek. Miller, that's right. Buffalo has Ryan Miller. Love Ryan Miller, not Brian, Ryan Miller. He was very good back in his day. He had a couple years and he was like top 3 or 4 goalies in the league. Then he kind of fell off real quick, but he played a bunch of years afterwards. But he had a couple good years with Buffalo. They had a chance there. They had a chance in one of the seasons. Buffalo went to the Stanley Cup against Dallas, and they had the kick in from Brett Hull that won it for the series. It shouldn't have been allowed. I still spitey about that. Anyways, there you go. That is game number 2 from our 2006-2007 Action PC Hockey replay of Anaheim. Your final score once again here from Anaheim 2, Minnesota 1 in overtime. Dustin Penner with the game winner, 2 goals on the day, 2-1 victory, and they go up 2-0 against Minnesota. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks to everyone that stopped out and watched a little bit, and thanks to AJ for commenting. He must not be a big Ducks fan, but oh well. Maybe he's a Minnesota fan. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.